start, just as a reminder, studied biology and bioengineering in Germany. Here our guests. I don't have a name here, but I will change that, and I will be introducing all of them separately. The organizer of this session is German University, where you could find all of these programs and also all other programs that are offered by German universities. The database consists of more than 24,000 programs. Of course, not all of them are fully English, but today you are about to hear English to study courses. When you want to know more about the universities or you are searching specifically for universities, you can use the Unifinder, which is another nice piece of information that you can find on our webpage, and also discover the different universities, because the questions, when somebody asks me, please advise which university could be the best fit for me, I directly link this page, because this you can see a university according to your preferences. Let's say like this. We have lots of articles. These articles are human written, not AI written, and I'm really proud about that. And therefore you can find lots of information that you could relate to, because we as internationals also had to go through different steps, and therefore we wrote those answers to different questions in those articles, specifically about scholarship and visa, because I know these are kind of pain points for internationals, and please check those articles. They are even translated again by humans. And then we have our webinars, and those webinars are quite interactive. We try to connect you with your future program already from wherever you are joining us. And with general webinars, we try to provide general information. For example, tomorrow will be a webinar about scholarships, and I think more than 1,000 people have registered, and I hope the session will be very informative for everybody. This is our team. We are based in Hamburg, Germany. We are counseling in different languages. One note is that please do not take the counseling as one-to-one and also doing application on your behalf, because we think that we provide enough information, and you should feel ready to apply to a study program yourself, and also save some money, because I know many organizations or startups are also the service costs money, so you could also do it yourself. And maybe it's even better to do it yourself. All right, so now I would like to give the mic to the first presenter, Professor Dr. Arne Nolte, who will be presenting Biology Master of Science program from...
So I'm Arne Nolte, Professor for Ecological Genomics here at the University of Oldenburg, and I'm here to present our Masters in Biology program. So with this rather plain slide, you see what we're focused on. We're studying biology in a rather integrative fashion, and we have quite a few subdisciplines that you can study on these slides, where you see which fields we cover in our research and our teaching that all contribute to our Master in Biology program. Okay, so first of all, the core of the Master program in biology is centered in the Institute of Biology and Environmental Science, short IBU. And you may refer to this website that gives you the motto, our motto, which is rather broad, from genes and senses to ecosystems. And on this website, you can have a look at which groups are actually at our institutes and what they are studying. So that's one key group of teachers that are going to contribute to our master's program. Secondly, there is a second key institute that contributes to our Master in Biology, and that's the Department of Neuroscience. The title already indicates they have a slightly different focus on neuroscience. And they also have a number of groups. You can visit their webpage and see what they do in detail. And those two institutes, they are really the key contributors to the teaching contents of our study program. So if you're interested to apply for our master's program, I strongly recommend for you to follow these links, because we have a website for the Master of Biology, and this includes a very detailed description of the application and specifically the admission requirements. So many of the questions we receive, which we are answering, are related to things that are already explained there. And if you refer to that webpage, you're going to get a quicker answer than sending it to people who would send you an answer with a little bit of a delay. So please refer to these pages that clarify a lot about the application procedure. I would like to give you a little insight in how your first steps into our master's program would be. First off, once you're enrolled, you have access to intranet online resources, and that will contain a website information for biology that contains a summary of courses and how to do different things. So there will be an information package that helps you in your first steps into our study program. And I would like to highlight that we have a very active student body that is involved in supporting students, and it helps to welcome students. And there's a link to their website, which is accessible to anyone right now, and where you can find useful and concise information on our master's program. Together with the student body, we organize an orientation week to help you with getting to know the university, the city, the campus, and teachers. It contains mandatory lab safety instruction that you need to enter practical courses. They will help you very importantly on planning your curriculum if you're not so sure what to choose in your first semester. And there's even optional lab introduction courses if you're lacking certain skills. We have a feature in our master program which is liked and appreciated by many students. That's a mentoring program where each student that enters the program will be assigned a mentor. This mentor is not necessarily, it's a professor who's teaching in the program, but this does not mean that the student must follow the research interests of that professor. It's more to establish a contact between students and professors to make sure that there is a contact between the students and somebody in the teaching body to overcome a distance that may be involved with you arriving in a new place. The first meeting is going to take place during the first few weeks of the semester, and the contact between the mentor and students will be arranged by us. So it's a mandatory program. You may not choose to use that intensively, but if you are in need of clarification and help, the mentor is a person that is available to you for this purpose. Our master's program in biology, to complete it, it's on paper, it's possible to do it in 4 semesters, and you have to acquire at least 120 credit points plus your thesis, including your thesis, and it is it comprises several blocks that you can see here, which are called background modules. Those are the modules that are your regular courses. You have research modules, which are courses that you do as a single person in a lab to do something applied, a research project. You have skills modules like programming or language modules. And there are basically, in the end, you have to write a thesis. And we have some special features, for example, these 30 credit points that are completely free. You don't have to study them even within our program, but you can basically study them in other courses related to biology that are also here available in Oldenburg or even externally. So that's something that gives you a lot of flexibility to design a course of studies that is to follow your interests. The structure of the modules is as follows. We have basically the core background modules that are taking place during weekdays. We have skills modules that do not overlap with the background modules are taking place on Fridays or in the evenings. And then we have the so-called research modules that are basically small research projects, and the time is individually arranged with a research group where a student does this. But basically, when you do a research module for a full semester or half a semester, you can't take any background modules anyway. So we do have a schedule. You don't have to read the details here. It's just showing you basically that we have quite a few courses that are offered, and that each of these courses falls in a certain time slot. So this enables you to have a program that you can follow to complete your thesis or your master's program within the time frame that I have indicated, those 4 semesters. What matters here is that we actually have quite a bit of support and enrichment of that program. So what's so special in Oldenburg? What are the highlights? First, we have a centralized module selection procedure where you, as a student, you fill out an online questionnaire, and then we take all of the questionnaires and assign places to people, which gives you a lot of security to plan your curriculum for that semester. It gives us security to know how many people are actually going to show up. And I can, luckily, I can tell you that we are rarely declining spots in courses. Basically, it's true that 99% of all wishes can be fulfilled and that we have enough course offerings to allow you to study very freely. What's special in Oldenburg is also that we have a very rich research environment surrounding what I have already indicated to you. Around these institutes, we have 2 clusters of excellence, Hearing for All and Navisense, which are outstanding internationally and offering related to the biology of navigation, the sense of navigation, and Hearing for All is about the sense of hearing. And then we have institutes surrounding the university on avian research, on marine research, on biodiversity, on polar research. And all of these institutes are associated with us, and there are research opportunities for students to do their thesis or to do research modules at those institutes. And these research options are presented to students every semester. So if you're interested in a research module at one of these institutes, you can do this, and this can be part of the credits that you collect to obtain your master's degree. In order to do such research modules, you have to contact the leaders of the research group, ask for a project, and if you can't find this, you may even ask your mentor for some advice on how to find this. So we do have support for you to make contacts and to find these places to follow your interests. We do offer excursions in the framework of our master's program, which may go to interesting locations. We have varying locations, and we offer these bigger excursions in the context often of ecological and biodiversity questions. And there's always botanists and zoologists on these excursions, so they are rather broad, and students enjoy them because it's a combination of teaching and field work. I wanted to come back to these 30 credit points of free choice. You can take those credit points in any other master's program here at the University of Oldenburg. There's a program called Landscape Ecology, Neurobiology, Marine Sciences, and basically they offer biology-related topics and interesting courses, and many students choose to import some credits from those to enrich their study program or to add a certain topic to their curriculum that we don't cover. You could do a research visit abroad. This is formally possible, and people do this. And if you want to do anything outside of the University of Oldenburg, which we support, you basically have to talk to the examination committee to learn how to do this, but it's possible. And finally, I want to highlight that we think we have some enriched topics in our study program that allow you to do something like a specialization profile. So if you are interested in neurosensory or molecular studies, in marine studies, in the field of ornithology, in biodiversity, ecology, or evolution, in animals and plants, and in applied research involving conservation biology, all of these are topics that we cover very broadly and intensively, and you could really join us in our master's program if these are topics that are interesting to you. With this, I want to conclude, and I will be available for questions, and I hope to see you in Oldenburg.
Hear more about another exciting program from University of Göttingen. Dr. Christina Woods will present Master Cardiovascular Science.
Yeah, thank you, and for the introduction, Nino. And I would like to give you a short insight in our master's program, Cardiovascular Science in Göttingen. And you might be confused about the title, Study the Heart in the Heart of Germany, and I will get to know you why. So our master's program is, so as you all know, Germany is quite in the middle of Europe, and Göttingen itself is literally in the middle of Germany because the geographical center of Germany is quite close to Göttingen, just 10 or 15 kilometers away. So Göttingen itself is like Oldenburg, located in the federal state of Lower Saxony, but we are in the south. Oldenburg is much more in the north. And as I said, located in the heart of Germany. Göttingen is the sixth biggest city in Lower Saxony with round about 120, 130 inhabitants. And we are quite a university city with more than 20% students. So you can see in the picture below, this is Göttingen, and in front of the picture you can see the main station, the train station, and arriving in Göttingen you will be welcomed with something like Göttingen statt die Wissenschaft, which means something like Göttingen, the city that creates knowledge. So the University of Göttingen was funded roundabout in the 18th century, and today we have 13 faculties. So more or less all faculties you can have, but we have nothing like engineer. I'm looking for the English word. But we have natural sciences, medicine, social sciences, and as I said, round about 28,000 students and over 200 degree programs. You might have heard about the so-called Göttingen Nobel Miracle. This comes because we have round about in the last 100 years 45 Nobel laureates, and are one of the best universities in Göttingen today. And the Göttingen campus, so much more than the university itself, has 10 members. So it's the university, is the University Medical Center. We also have several Max Planck institutions. We have the German Primate Center, and also some associated members like Sartorius, the German Aerospace Center, and you all know the cars from VW. The University Medical Center, where our study program is located, has several research foci. So one of them is cardiovascular science. And so Göttingen is one of the points of the German Center for cardiovascular research. We have several research consortia, and we also have the so-called Heart Center, where different departments meet together on the topic of cardiovascular science. And we have a research training group focusing on heart and brain diseases. So in 2015, we thought about a basic master's program, and we started with our unique master in cardiovascular science. So some facts about the program. You might wonder, you are here for the topic study biology and bioengineering. Yes, our program is located at a university medical center, but we are a scientific and research program, which means we have no patient contact and we are no medicine program like this. So the program itself is a typical German master program, full-time 2-year or 4-semester program with 120 credits. The program itself is entirely taught in English and starts every winter semester and only in the winter semester, normally in the first week of October. If you want to apply, you can start right away because the application was opened up in December and runs until the end of April for all applicants. So this means for the German or European applicants and for anyone else from all over the world. We teach our students in small cohorts with maximum 25 students in a really international environment. So 80% of our students are from all over the world. And our program is free from tuition fees. So you only have to pay the semester fee, which is right now, I think 450 euro per semester. And this, for example, also includes public transport in whole Lower Saxony. The 3 big main elements of our study program are, of course, lectures. So we have lectures on basic topics on cardiovascular science given by different departments for our students. You also have practical parts within our modules. We have seminars, we have talks from speakers from Göttingen, from Germany, and from all over the world. And of course, elective courses where you are completely free to choose. And the biggest part of our program are the so-called lab rotations. So within these 2 years, you have 3 lab rotations, 8 weeks each. And you will work on a research project within your lab you decided for, and maybe it's also possible that you can work on your own small research project under a one-to-one supervision. The structure of the programs. So in the first semester, we start with cardiovascular basics with a lecture. So you will really learn from the beginning everything you need to know about the cardiovascular system, about anatomy, physiology, embryology, and also things about the nervous system and endocrinology. After that, you will have your first lab rotation. So where you can choose a lab in Göttingen. For the first lab rotation, it should be a lab in Göttingen. And you are also free about the topic. It must not be a cardiovascular topic, but as you study cardiovascular science, maybe you are interested in that. And after the first lab rotation, we will follow up the second lecture, the second theoretical module, which is more in depth, going for cell biology, biophysics, biochemistry, and signal transduction and everything around genetics. The second semester starts right away with your second lab rotation and is followed by your theoretical module, which is a bit more in the clinical part. So you will learn something about cardiovascular diseases and the therapies, so the clinical therapies and also the pharmacology, for example, about cardiovascular surgeries and all that stuff. In the third semester, the last theoretical module takes a closer look to cardiovascular research in academia and industry, and also gives you a bigger insight in biostatistics, for example. And after that, there's the third lab rotation, and this one can also be combined with your master thesis in the fourth semester. During the second, third, and the fourth semester, you will also have some talks and lectures on different things, and you are open to choose elective modules. So in our program, you have to choose 13 you have to make 13 credits out of elective modules, but you are completely free to choose whatever you are interested. So you can choose, for example, language courses that are offered from the university on German, English, French, Norwegian, whatever you like. We also have soft skill courses like project and time management. You can go for an additional lab rotation if you want to get closer, deeper insights about in the lab. We also offer courses about biotech industry, state-of-the-art methods, biobanking, and everything that is related to our topic. And as we are a university medical center, of course, we also offer courses in neuroscience, oncology, nephrology, whatever you are interested in. So as I said, the application started on the 1st of December, and for the application process for next winter term starting on 1st October. And I would like to give you some insights about the next 4 steps you can do in your career in a program that, as I said, is still unique in Germany. So the first step would be your online registration. So we are not on UniAssist, so we are using our own registration page. So you can directly apply via the German University website. You can apply directly about the 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥 website, or you can easily just Google CVS and Göttingen and you will find us. Most important thing is the deadline, so apply now until latest end of April. And after that, the second step is, of course, after the registration, you will have to upload the required documents. These should be in English or in German. This should also be done until the end of April. And we need the signed application form. So this will be provided during the process when you fill in all the needed data. We need your last transcript of records. This should, by minimum, show 150 credits out of your bachelor's. If you already finished your bachelor's, then please also upload your final certificate. We need an English certificate, which is not older than 2 years. It's of course not needed for all those who have English as a mother language. And we need a CV, which really shows your educational way you already did. And as I said, of course, your final degree and the English certificate can be submitted later in case that you are admitted for the program. So the third step is an entry test. It can be will be online, so you don't have to come to Göttingen to participate. Participation will be possible in the 1st and 2nd week of May. So you will receive the needed information shortly before the test, and the test is about basics in natural sciences, a bit of math, a bit of lab work. And the most important thing is this test can only be started once. So if you decide to take the test, then please make sure that you have a stable internet connection and that you are well prepared, and then you can start the test once right away. Step 4 is the last step, the interview with the admission panel. So these interviews will take place more or less between the end of May and mid of June. And normally we invite the best 10% out of the application documents plus the test to a 20-minute interview with 2 professors and 1 of our former students, and with me, the coordination office. And of course, we want to know something about your former studies, your motivation, why you decided this program for your master's. And if you are interested now and maybe would like to know a bit more, then feel free to have a look at our FAQ section on our webpage, where you can find a lot of answers to questions like which proficiency of English is needed, am I eligible with my degree, what about measles protection, and all that stuff. So, of course, the job perspectives you are maybe interested in. So most of our students go for a PhD in academia and also in industry. But there are many, many job perspectives. For example, in clinical trials, you can work as a lab member in the research scientific labs, also in academia and industry, and a lot of many things. So you might now ask yourself, is this the right program for me? And yeah, let me say, no, it isn't. If you have a bachelor in topics like midwifery, nursing, physiotherapy, or any program that is not related to natural or life sciences. If you are a medical doctor with the dream to become a cardiologist, then our master's programs unfortunately won't help you with that. As I said, it's a scientific program and not related to any medical thing. If you have absolutely no interest in lab work, then of course our program is definitely not the right one for you. And if your English is not sufficient. But it might be the right program if you have completed your bachelor's in natural life or health sciences, which means minimum 6 semesters, 180 credits, or something that is comparable. If you are interested to study in Germany in a really international environment, and if you are interested in scientific lab work and in scientific or medical issues, and if you have sufficient knowledge of English, and of course, if you are interested in the heart. So, and then we are looking forward to your application here in Göttingen.
University of Applied Sciences, from where we have two guests. I have now on slide Stefan Hans, and he's also joining us with his colleague Sanja. Thank you for joining us, and they will be presenting Master Biological Resources study course. So
I will do the introduction, and then my colleague Sanja Schwab will do the second part. So where I'm right now is actually at the University of Applied Sciences Rhein-Waal. As you can see, we have kind of a get-together, and the reason why I have this lab coat right now, we have a sensoric test where we try to, thank you, gummy bears. So this is where the region where we are right now, very famous candy from Germany, from North Rhine-Westphalia, and we enhance them with caffeine and other special stuff. And that's what we're doing right now. But okay, what is Hochschule Rhein-Waal? I will open the slides now. Biological resources. So the building on the left, the white one, this is where I am right now, actually. Not this building, but in this ground in 𝘗𝘓. So what is Rhein-Waal actually? Tanja, can you go to the next page, please? Yes. So we were established in 2009. We are a public University of Applied Sciences, meaning our approach is a practical. So we combine, and you will see what I mean with it later on when it's about biological resources. We combine different science fields with a practical approach, more or less. I don't want to say too much because that's the reason why Sanja is here. But we are quite international university. 56% of our students are international students, around 6,000 in total. Most of them actually from the Global South. So I don't know who is listening right now, but a lot of them from Global South. And I'm from the Faculty of Life Sciences. And we are at the Lower Rhine region. So we are really next, more or less, to the Dutch border. And with the next slide, you can see how it looks like. Because we got two facilities, and we talk about the master in 𝘗𝘓, as you can say. So as you can see, it used to be a former harbor, but now it's a beautiful, quite new university. So I'm more or less finished my part. So now I'm very pleased to introduce my colleague who became this week or last week, I'm not quite sure, but this year, this is correct, a doctor. She finished her PhD, but she studied before biological resources. So I'm very pleased to introduce you, Dr. Wald. Daniel, you can take over.
Yeah, hi, thanks. Yes, that's right. I completed my PhD very recently. And before that, I studied biological resources. And before that, I studied agriculture here at the Rhein-Waal University. I'm just introducing you to the master program, the biological resource program. So since we're a University of Applied Sciences, this program is quite focused on potential products that come from nature or from natural materials, such as banana peels, for instance, which can be used to make fiber, or shells from crustaceans, which can be turned into bioplastics, or fast-growing resources, which can also be used to make all sorts of different products from. So it's been a while since I studied this program, and it's changed a little bit, but it's based in 𝘗𝘓𝘃. It can start in winter or summer semester. It's 3 semesters and a master thesis, and it's also taught in English. And it's quite a diverse program, so depending on your interest, you can shape your studies a little bit by picking electives or picking a topic for the free research project or your thesis. So there are courses which are focusing on the kind of biological resources there are, such as from plants, animals, or soil, or marine resources. Then you will also have lab courses or environmental impact analyses courses, or also looking at what can you make out of these products, and then also potentially more business focused or marketing focused courses. And the next slide just kind of shows you the modules that you can study. So from kind of managing resources such as forests, looking at environmental impact assessments, also resources from animals or from the soil, and also marine bioresources, and then looking at processing or marketing, recycling courses. So it's very diverse. Also looking at underutilized resources, plant resources, for instance. Looking at all the diverse resources out there, what can be made from them, and how can you bring these products to a market potentially. So I'm here because I want to tell you a little bit about how I came to my PhD. So I was always interested in soil, so it's possible. There's many different options for you. But for me, I always chose soil, for instance, and because soil is a non-renewable resource, but we do want to grow renewable resources on soils. And it takes a long time to form soil. Just a few centimeters can take 1,000 years. We do have a problem with degrading soils globally. Lots of soils classed as damaged in the EU, for instance. So we do have to look after those soils, especially if we want to use them for resources. They do provide a lot of ecosystem functions, from carbon sequestration being the second largest pool after the oceans. Of course, they provide us with food and fiber. They have a function in water purification and climate regulation, nutrient cycling, many functions. And also when you think of soil as a biological resource, so it can be a source of pharmaceuticals, such as antibiotics, very famously penicillin, coming from a mold from the soil, but many other things as well. Also especially important are enzymes, I think, for bioengineers. Biofertilizers or biocontrol agents can be sourced from soil. And the soil, of course, has a bioremediation function. So if it's healthy, so a good, healthy soil has the capability to heal itself again. So, but I didn't really focus on the resources from the soil, but more on fundamental research and soil health. So as you can see here, the soil is, yeah, a large part of it is minerals, air and water, but a very important and smaller part is the organic matter. So anything like living or dead material that is in the soil, which is functionally very important, and also the living organisms from there, which contribute also to this organic matter. So I researched, the soil organisms, but more on the basis of their biomass, so how much biomass of organisms is in the soil and what elements are contained within them, because we do not know a lot about it, but they're functionally very important potentially, such as, for proteins or enzymes. Yeah, I don't want to take up too much time, so yeah, that's basically what I'm researching. I'm researching soil, and it was possible after the study program. We do have a nice soil science professor, but you can also take it in many different directions. Yeah, it's quite versatile here. So yeah, that's it from us, I would say.
So let's dive into it, as I see the time is coming rather too close. My name is Katja, and I'm working for the program, the MBA, so Master of Business Administration and Engineering and Life Science Management. And I'm the right contact person when it comes to all the questions with regards to recruitment and also the connections to the industry. So please feel free to contact me. Here are my contact details. And today we've got 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘵𝘩 as well, who is right now writing exams. She's in her exam period of the first semester. She holds an experience in molecular and cellular biology and gained from diverse roles in academia, biotech, and pharmaceutical sector. And she'll bring a little bit of fun and experience into it, which is great to hear as she is studying the program right now. Maybe 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘵, you want to share also your LinkedIn profile in the chat function. So if you guys have questions with regards to the program application process or any other questions on the program, please contact me. And if you would like to have some real insights on the program, just contact 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘵. Right now is the right time to go into webinar as it is right now, because it is the application period. And for this program at HTW Berlin, it is actually till end of February. Nevertheless, don't be disheartened if you apply a little bit later. We do accept also applications afterwards, and then we go into an internal discussion. So different to the other universities, we're sitting in a major city, the capital, Berlin. And Berlin offers for HTW obviously a very interesting and very multifaceted place where you could study in. It has a very international flair, high standards, affordable living costs, and offers a broad range of free time activities. So you're taking out 1.5 years of your life. So you want to make it the studies of importance, but also your lifestyle, what you want to do besides. And Berlin is a great place to be in. It attracts professionals from all over the world to study, live and work. And with Germany's low tuition fees and very safe and comfortable study environment, I think Germany is a good place to come to. And students from more than 100 nations appreciate HTW Berlin. It's a very attractive and well-equipped university. It's also government university and University of Applied Sciences. So it is very practice orientated. Your lecturers, they are from the university. So you'll be learning from CEOs, from founders of companies, of senior management staff, and also from professors who do have a minimum amount of, I believe, 8 years of work experience besides the research projects. And why is it important? It's important because our university and this program is actually geared to make you ready for the industry. So if you're looking for a PhD, this is not the university to come to or the program to come to. But let's talk about rather what can you actually gain. So the MBA and engineering is a postgraduate program, and it equips you with a skill set which makes you an expert as a natural scientist on the one hand from your previous degree and work experience, but also in management. So everything that is regarded to be within the management side. So this program is very unique and does not exist for the life science industry as such as yet, where you are putting together the life science, but also the management part at the same time. It gives you very real world professional focus as you are studying with professionals coming from all over the world. We do have around 98%, our last statistics showed, international students. So you will study in a very international environment. We're on industry case studies. You will have a lot of project work. You will meet leaders during your excursion, trade fairs, conferences. It's very transdisciplinary and practice orientated. And why you might want to choose Berlin. This area is also called nowadays the life science hotspot. Just to the side of the university, there's a huge biotech area being built right now, where also multinationals are looking into working there. There's a lot of SMEs already there. So just the university has a very near space to the life science. But not only our location is great, but with numerous biotech, medical engineering, pharmaceutical companies, research institutes, like the Charité we just had. I was also talking to Jan about it. Charité contacting us because they were actually looking for someone for the new product to be launched, to build a business plan, and then to be part, not only as a working student, but potentially also part of the founding team. So this is what happens in Berlin for you, maybe in a management position and studying this program. So let's go further. So actually, who would apply for this program if you are a natural scientist? So if you are an engineer, natural scientist, or business manager, we had a few from KPMG, for example, coming from business background, but only having been worked with the life science sector as pharma, medtech, biotech. Or if you come from a similar profession, this program might be for you to boost your career into the next stage, because you will receive project management skills, you will receive regulatory affairs skills, you will receive a lot of personal development, like you've never dived into, I'm sure, corporate finance and controlling, or leadership, or maybe strategic marketing skills. So you will gain a lot of other skill sets that you might not receive through a master's in a natural science field, and that you would not receive in a traditional MBA, which is not geared for the industry, because it is focusing on the requirements on this branch or this industry. With at least 1 year of industry work experience, you could apply. So if you've done a lengthy internship, if you've been working after your studies already, this could be a program for yourself. You can discuss your aspirations with us. So please feel free to contact us. We arrange a call and feel free to chat. This program is internationally accredited. We also have very small class sizes of maximum 25 packs. It's entirely taught in English. It's a full-time with 3 semesters. Having said that, the first 2 semesters are study semesters with your lectures, guest lectures, project work, etc. And the 3rd semester, almost all of our students, they choose either to do work as a working student in an internship, which is paid in Germany, supporting also your financial needs. But mostly important is using this time to add to your CV, to your experience level already in a management position, and writing your master thesis with a company, which then helps you as a stepping stone going into a full-time position. This program is a paid program, so it's rather an investment into your future, like many MBAs are as well. So you can expect higher salaries afterwards. But how do you actually pay these tuition fees, like in the US or like in the UK or other countries, we offer scholarships. A scholarship, which is a 50% of tuition fee payment, so you can apply for it after acceptance. You can look into other scholarships. We had, for example, someone from Kenya coming who had a full scholarship, then some from Spain coming who had a partial scholarship. So really there's availability of scholarships, and also you can work alongside, or you can look into student loans, as you should see it as an investment for leadership positions for the future, to be more cross-cultural, to gain negotiation and collaboration skills throughout that study. And what we want to also show is, many think nowadays to study hybrid or to study online. This program is actually fully on campus. And why is it geared to be on campus? It actually, we do say that you should be on campus as learning side by side with other students from around the world. Really, you can create daily opportunities to build relationships, to exchange perspectives with like-minded professionals, and really develop lifelong connections. As you're coming from abroad to Germany, you don't have any connections. So this is the place to be, the city, the professionals, the professors, career days, networking events to be at. And being a public and governmental supported university with a strong academic tradition, we offer a very vibrant ecosystem with collaborations. And therefore, just maybe think about your mindset on going abroad and actually being on campus. So let's go further. Oh, yes, a new topic that I just quickly want to touch upon. We've got a new module. We're also going with time in our management program, and we actually will offer a new module, AI in Life Sciences, starting from the upcoming semester in October. And yes, let's talk just shortly about it. Artificial intelligence no longer a future promise in the life science industry. It's already transforming how we discover medicine, optimize bioprocesses, and turn complex data into real-world breakthroughs. So that's why we're excited to introduce this new module, and it's designed for professionals who want to stay ahead of the curve and deepen their understanding of how AI is reshaping research as well as the industry. And in this module, you'll explore how AI is applied across real-life scenarios, from accelerating drug discovery through predictive modeling, virtual screening, to improving biotechnical, logical production with intelligent process optimization and very data-driven automation. Whether you work in life sciences, biotech, pharma, engineering, any digital innovation, this module will help you to recognize the high value of use cases, evaluate emerging opportunities, and collaborate effectively across the disciplines. It's built to strengthen your decision-making, innovation capability. And yeah, if you're looking to expand your expertise, this module might be of special interest for you. Yeah, but what can you do after you've finished studying this program? So potential career paths, you can look at all the companies and opportunities after we've sent the presentation. But just quickly to touch on it, the life science industry is vast, growing, and these are the areas: pharma, biotech, medtech, healthcare, and there's different facets within. You can work in multinationals. We have students who have done placements, who are working now at Bayer, Pfizer, Novo Nordisk, Roche, etc. Germany also has, besides multinationals, very strong SME, small and medium enterprises, so who we're in contact with and also inviting. So this could be something for you to look into. They're international, but at the same time, they don't have this very explicit like multinational structure, and you might find your position rather in SME, or you can work in startups. Berlin's a great place to work in startups, or you can create your own startup, which some of our professionals have done throughout their studies. What functions can you work in? It's again vast. After this program, you can go into regulatory affairs, business development, project management. You can be on consultancy. We have one who's working on the European level in consultancy on life science projects, clinical quality associate. You can work as a product manager. So there's many areas you can work in and you can try out throughout your studies. So I hope this made you now excited to also going into management positions. And what I will do now, I will thank you. There's our contact details, but more so, I would like to give for maybe 2-3 minutes, 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘵 the opportunity to talk about how she actually experiences having come here, being at the program. So I'll hand over to you, 𝘱𝘢𝘪.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Katja. So my name is Nguyen. I am from Vietnam. Although I had a bachelor's of science in biological sciences in the US, and I've worked in the US for a few years in various wet lab roles. So both in academic research as well as in the biotech hub in South San Francisco. So the reason why I chose this program, LSM, is because as I was working, I realized that I don't really like to stay in and do wet lab as a career, and I would want to move towards more like managerial positions. I want to be more involved in the business decision making process in the biotech or pharmaceutical industry. And yeah, this program it fulfills to me both the niche that I'm looking for, so life science management, and the level of like networking connection, since Berlin is a very big like it has a very big biotech hub, and HTW Berlin itself is a pretty prestigious school. So those are the two main reasons why I chose to go with the LSM program. I do know that like other students in my cohort, they also have different backgrounds. Some of them have their own companies in the biotech industry, the healthcare industry, and they want to learn more about the business side of things so they can sustainably grow their company. I know that some other students, they are in pharmacy or they're in medtech, and they would want to be more involved and like evolve their career ladder in that industry. So that's why they choose the program. So various backgrounds, various reasons as to why everyone comes to LSM. And I would say that like the experience has been wonderful so far. I'm in my first semester at the LSM program. The coursework is very challenging and very dynamic because you're working with people from different backgrounds. You're working with lecturers from different professional experiences, who are actively working full-time in their own companies and like being industry leaders. So they challenge you very vigorously. And of course, coming from a purely like life science biology background, I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anything about the market. So like it's really cool to like learn all of that and kind of be exposed to why like companies do what they do. So I can see that like people have a couple of different questions, so I'm trying to answer them as I tell my story. So I would say that like the difficulty levels of exams, I think like it's definitely going to like challenge you, and it makes you will have to like be critical and not just like just stick to the theory. You have to like learn to translate whatever knowledge that you have and whatever knowledge that you learn in the classroom into real life situations, which I really like. That's what being in a University of Applied Sciences is all about. And yeah, that's how academically challenged it is. And what else? In terms of like affordability, yes, like this program, like Katja said, the program is an investment to me. I feel like both the niche and the networking that it brings would really position me in my own like professional journey. I think that while I'm in the classroom, I already could find a job in order to like accommodate my like daily expenses. So that's pretty cool. That's something that I did not get to do while in the US. So that's another reason why I chose Germany in particular. And yeah, so I hope that really helps. And I'll give it back to
Thank you very much, Uyên, and also thank you very much, Katja, of course, for this presentation, also sharing your insights. It's very precious to have this information. Now I'm about to start the Q&A, but I'm also a bit scared because we had like long communication in the Q&A and there are still 20 questions open. So just everybody who feels so, feel free to start your cameras now and we could start with the Q&A. And also thank you, Dr. Wurz, for taking questions in written. I saw you have answered many of them. This is great. Yeah, let's start then probably with Professor Nolte. The question is for you. Are there a lot of modules that require serious statistics and bioinformatics? You are muted. We cannot hear you yet.
My answer was yes and no. It is not required that you bring a lot of know-how on that, but we do absolutely teach this. We have several modules dedicated to learn programming and to applying this. So it's part of our curriculum that people who have an interest in bioinformatics and statistics can learn this. And we have several modules dedicated to teaching these skills in applied fields related to nature conservation, studying plants, botany, but also in the fields of genomics and in neurobiology. There's different courses and research groups that are actively engaged in this, and you have the opportunity to learn it in Oldenburg.
Let me stay with you with one more question. This about content. If I want to move towards molecular or cellular biology, how much lab experience do you expect from the beginning?
Well, we expect that applicants have at least a dominant background in biological sciences, but this does not exclude people who have little lab experience. So as a baseline, we do offer a lab introduction course in the beginning of our program where people who have absolutely no experience can catch up. But we do expect that people bring a minimal skill level when they want to enter courses, because some courses are taught in the lab and they should know how to act in the lab. So if you bring nothing of that, there is the introductory lab skills course. But assuming a bachelor's level, you should be able to actively participate.
Thank you very much. Question for MBA, or Katja is answering now. Let me take one for Rhein-Waal and then I get to the MBA. Do you accept career transition from software engineering AI major to Hochschule Rhein-Waal? I think, yeah, it's about the prerequisites. It's important to maybe. mentioned.
well, that depends a little bit on the credits. The person who asked, I would advise that he or she should write a direct email to us, and then we can figure that out. But you can see it on our study page actually. What kind of what kind of courses you had to complete before you start the master. So, but we also have a learning agreement, so it depends. So it's really hard to say in general.
And maybe just
Sorry
to
for
follow up, all
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
To follow up, what are the group sizes and do you do cohorts?
Can you repeat that question?
What are the usual group sizes of,
Group
and
size.
do you have
Sorry.
a cohort?
So it depends a little bit on each semester, but right now it's about 30 people, I would say. Sometimes later on in the semester, I think that's a general problem. Fewer and fewer people come to the lectures or dropping off, but that's what happens. But I would say around about 25 to 30.
Thank you so much. Katja, would you like to maybe answer this one in live, the one that you are answering right now? Does everyone actually get a company to work with, or is that only for some students?
Yes, I think this is a very fair question. And I just wanted to answer it that being a management degree, we have very diverse backgrounds and ambitions of why they're coming here and what they want to work as. It's not that you arrive here and you receive a job from the university itself. It's University of Applied Sciences, so it's about practice orientation. So you're going into the industry. Some might want to work as a working student. Some might want to do an internship, which is, by the way, paid in Germany and very strictly regulated. So it is a safe way of doing internships and also earning money in the means of your visa, obviously. And then some others maybe come with their own company and work on that topic. Some others start up a company. So it really depends on what your actually aspirations are in the program. And yes, we give support. It is also part being a manager to apply for jobs, to present yourself. So you will have a seminar also on how to present yourself, how's the German culture, how to write your CV. We give insights on that topic area. So I think this is something also in your hands to do. So you have to search for jobs, which obviously we can support with through our lecturers, through the companies who come to us looking for students. But at the same time, it's your job to search for it. But Yen, maybe you want to say something towards that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say that, like, in terms of sorry, the question is it possible to find a
if
job
everyone
after
finds a job?
graduate? I would say that the like it really depends on you and what you're looking for. And
exactly.
and
Yeah.
like if you just want to go and like find like to be in like more managerial roles within biotech, then yeah, there are a lot of biotech companies in Berlin, in Germany as a whole. And like a degree from HTW, I think is it's like prestigious, not just within Germany but within the EU. So I don't know, like I feel like I'm pretty confident about job searching opportunities. I mean, like I said, this is my first time in Germany. Actually, I just moved here like 3-4 months ago, and I already have like a working student position, which helps like finance my studies and my living expenses. So like if you worry about like the job market, which I totally understand, like the job market sucks, but you just gotta have to do your due diligence actually, and like trying to figure out, okay, what do you want to do, and like which city would have like the most prospects for you, and which school would like best position you for your ambitions. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Stefan?
Can I add one thing about the job situation? So our course is completely in English, but we always advise our students to learn as much German as possible, because even with a little bit German, it's a lot easier to get a job afterwards, or even an internship. Even it's getting better and better, the internship market in companies where they also speak English, but still one key to the German job market is the language. So please don't have to study at our university for this advice. You can study at any university, but keep that back in mind. So language is really important. We have language courses, but that's not the only thing, right? You have to really engage with the language, and then these things are getting easier and easier. So that would be free advice from me.
Thank you. Professor Nolte, there are a few questions for you. Master, so you have several specializations, and when do students usually need to select one? We cannot hear you yet.
Thank you. Well, the answer to this is twofold. On the one hand, in the end, your document, you will say that you have obtained a general master in biology, but we do have these specializations. So you don't have to decide on one of these specializations initially when you start your program, but that's something that you can work out as you get deeper and deeper into the program. So I suggest you don't have to specialize on anything during your first semester, but as you get to know the courses and you make your choices, these specializations that I've highlighted are specializations that usually emerge from the preferences of students. So it's nothing that you have to check, and you're obliged to follow a certain path to get this specialization profile. But these are specializations where we believe they are really something that emerges from what we offer, and that people go these paths.
Thank you. Now there is a question that I want to ask everybody. Let me start with Dr. Wirtz, and also Dr. Wirtz, and since you asked so many questions also in Q&A, if there was anything that you wanted to voice for many other applicants that you think could be interesting, please do so. And the questions that I want to also ask you is about technical things, about do you need hard copies? And do you have any country-specific requirements, like additional documents? This I will ask everybody because I think this is important, but maybe that you want to voice also something.
Okay, so for both questions, no. No hard copies, it's all electronical, and we don't have any special country-wise documents or anything that is needed.
Maybe to follow up on this, frequently, like when somebody has to apply via UniAssist, the requirement is to have diploma supplement. Do you advise to submit this because to convert the grades, or it's all fine that if they just send transcript?
If they have a diploma supplement, we are happy if they send it. Yes, it makes things much easier for us.
Great, thank you. Professor Nolte, since it's via, let me check, UniAssist, I guess. Yes, I think it's via UniAssist.
It's also through UniAssist, and basically it's all described in there, and then we get your application.
And there are no hard copies?
No.
No. I see Stefan is a bit busy. Let's start with Katja. I think you have direct application tool. The link is already in chat. I think it's like 7-step or so page you need to follow. Do you have any requirements extra?
We don't have any extra requirements. We also are very easy when it comes to the application process. You have an online form you go onto, you complete your data, you send your CV, you send a letter of motivation besides your certificates, English requirements. If you even have studied in English, you do not need to prove English. Beware, maybe in the visa process, you might need to show some kind of proof. So we as a university would support you in that. But when applying, our requirement is really that you have a life science connection, if it is your academic degree or your work experience.
And the very last question, I promise, and I let everybody enjoy the evening without my German university. Let's start with Professor Nolte. There was a question if students can participate in ongoing research of the faculty or the university. And I also want to ask this to everybody. Is it possible to be part of the faculty?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is integral part of our program. This is why we have these so-called research modules. And this is why research groups present for each semester which research opportunities there are. So there's an active matchmaking. And I mean, we have these special research programs, the clusters of excellence, and they are open. So there is an exchange between the master's program and all of the research surrounding us, and it's open for students, and they rely on students who are interested in this and who want to participate. So this is fully integrated as a part of our master's program.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Dr. Wood, the same question.
Yeah, and more or less the same answer. So for us, the lab rotations are the parts where the students are, definitely part of ongoing research in the labs. And in the end, if everything goes really well, they have the possibility to go to conferences, to present their data there, to be part of a publication and all that stuff. So they are really a real part of ongoing research.
Mm-hmm. Stefan, if you can hear us, is it possible to be part of the faculty participating in ongoing research?
Yeah, it's the same thing the other speaker said. It's the same with us. So I can only say yes, it's also possible at our university, of course.
And maybe I didn't
science,
ask you.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you this question because I saw you were a bit busy. Do you need hard copies, or since it's via UniAssist, it's
digital?
Digital. Good.
With UniAssist, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Katja, I know we already touched upon this point, but as a quick sum up.
Well, to be involved in research projects is rather less, as we are management orientated. Yes, you will have lab work. Yes, you will have touching points, but mostly it's natural scientists coming to us to actually want to go into the industry. So they're trying to gain a different skill set, which is obviously not in the research side.
Mm-hmm. Great. Then I see only 2 open questions, and I think we will follow up with them separately because